parents left me stranded with my newborn, so I destroyed everything they cared about. Denver Airport, 11 p.m. Phone at 4%. Hope screaming against my chest. My canceled flight glowing red on the screen like a warning. And then my parents walked past, carrying my sister Brittany's designer luggage, without even looking at us. I said, "Mom, please, I need help getting home. Hope needs to eat." She glanced at me the way people glance at parking meters. "She has a flight to catch," she said. Then she laughed. "You don't matter. Dad didn't slow. Figure it out yourself, like you always do." Brittany, wearing sunglasses indoors at night, because of course she was, smirked. Some people just can't handle traveling with kids. I followed them, begging, voice breaking, Hope crying so hard she turned purple. And they just kept walking toward TSA like I was asking for spare change, not survival. My legs gave out. I sat on the floor of DIA holding my newborn, both of us sobbing. A stranger pressed a $20 bill into my hand. "Get yourself sorted, sweetheart." More compassion from someone I'd never met than from the people who raised me. 3 hours later, Tyler's coworker wired me enough money for a hotel. By 2 a.m., Hope was fed and asleep, and I was shaking. From humiliation, from exhaustion, and then from clarity. I grew up the invisible daughter. Brittany was groomed for Dad's business empire, Bradford Development. I became a teacher. Wasting your potential, Dad liked to say. Brittany got a BMW at 26. When Hope was born, I labored alone. My texts went unanswered because Brittany was closing a deal. My parents met their granddaughter for 20 minutes total. She was 5 days old. So that night in the hotel, I made myself a promise. If they ever treat me like I don't matter again, I'll make sure the world notices. And they did. At gate C47, they made it crystal clear. I didn't matter. Hope didn't matter. So I took everything they cared about. While Hope napped, I researched. Bradford Development had 3 active projects: Sterling Heights, Evston Row, and Naperville Plaza. All heavily leveraged, all rushed, all vulnerable. First, Sterling Heights. Residents were angry about zoning violations. I helped them organize, built a clean, easy-to-read website documenting every oversight. Environmental groups picked it up. The regional board reopened environmental review. Construction froze. Next, Evston Row. Behind schedule and bleeding money. I contacted a journalist who'd written about developer misconduct. I sent records. She dug deeper. Articles followed, budgets blown, permits mishandled, bonding rates increased. Investors got nervous. Then Naperville Plaza. Their anchor tenant, a major grocery chain, had been frustrated for months. I called corporate posing as a consultant. I pointed them toward the exact contractual clause allowing early exit. They pulled out. Occupancy dropped from 90% to 40%. I wasn't done. I pulled county records and found 8 mechanics liens in 14 months. Contractors hadn't been paid. I sent everything to business reporters. Bradford Development became the company in trouble. And then Mom called. "The business is in trouble," she said. "Why would you help people attacking us? You walked past your newborn granddaughter while we cried on the floor of an airport," I said. "You told me I didn't matter. You were fine." I was sitting on a bench at 11 p.m. with $7 and a screaming baby. "What did you do?" she whispered. "I stopped protecting you. I didn't create your mess. I just stopped hiding it. You sabotaged us." No. Brittany pushed risky deals. Dad ignored warnings. I simply let natural consequences happen. We could lose everything. "Good," I said. "You always cared more about that business than me." Then I hung up, blocked her. And the collapse came. Foreclosures, contractor lawsuits, investors withdrawing. Bradford liquidated assets, then filed bankruptcy. Brittany's BMW became a used Honda. My father's office emptied. My mother's country club friends stopped calling. Everyone asked what happened. The official story: the daughter made bad business decisions. They meant Brittany. But I knew the truth. 1,000 small wounds, every dismissal, every comparison, every time they chose her over me, ended the moment they walked past me at an airport and laughed. Hope is 3 now. She's building a tower out of blocks as I write this. She calls to show me. I sit with her and tickle her until she giggles. She has never known the version of me that begged for scraps of love from people incapable of giving it. They wanted me to figure it out myself, so I did.